These are the tools that I will be using for the job. Today we are removing the oil bypass valve bolt out of the oil filter on this Seca 750. And these tools are a little expensive to acquire. This is almost the biggest impact wrench that DeWalt makes. It's the 1/2 inch. There is a bigger one, but this has plenty of torque for the job, more than what you would think we would need, but as you will see in the video, I end up using it at full strength to get that bolt broken loose. The other thing that I have here is a set of extractor sockets, and it is Irwin brand. It's a little more expensive. It was about $70. If I remember right, I bought it a long time ago. This DeWalt is around $300, and this impact just breaks them loose so much easier. You make up for it, the initial cost of it, so quickly that it's better to just, if you're an avid DIYer in your garage, to just go ahead and spend the money, because as you'll see, it really helps us and saves the day in this instant, and has saved the day many times. The other thing is also a brass brush that I'll be using to break up some of the debris and rust on the bolt. This is a stock oil bypass valve, and the stock one comes with a 12mm head, and the problem with that is it's real small. Guys have a lot of issues getting it off because the heat expansion and all that, it just sort of gets tight over time. Rust also gets on the head, and then it becomes sort of a bear to get off and out of there. So we've sprayed it with penetrating oil. We're gonna try to brush some of that surface rust off with a brass brush and some penetrating fluid, and then we're gonna hit it with the impact very slowly on the lowest setting and just try to break some of that up and just slow it out. And then we'll replace it with an aftermarket 17mm head, and that should work a lot better than what this is working at the moment. It's slightly rounded because we tried it with a regular socket, and that head has starting to strip. So we're gonna go ahead and use extractor sockets and try and see if we can get it out. Alright, there we go with that. Just try and get around the mating portion of it. Now, I'll grab the impact, and since this is a big guy, I'm just gonna set it really low. I'm gonna set it on the very first setting and try and back it off. There you go. Nope, it's twisting, so.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, we got a smaller socket on. We're gonna try another go. We're gonna amp it up a little bit, second speed. And it's not budging. Third speed. And there it goes. We got lucky on that one.
Yep. It's not, again, working on these older bikes, it's just stuff that you run into.
So it took a little bit of work to get this oil bypass valve bolt out of here. And the reason why is because these seals are not only holding it in firmly, but it also seals, okay? And so there's some like pressure in there that you have to release by pulling these grommets out with the hook, and then you relieve that pressure and it all just comes out real easy. Now, an explanation of why they put these oil bypass valves in with the oil filter is very simple. It's because when your oil gets so dirty that it's no longer flowing through the oil filter properly, your oil pressure increases, pushes this little valve down, and bypasses it. So unfiltered oil is better than no oil at all. So it's bypassing the filter at that point and continuing on into your oil system unfiltered, so that you can get oil to the places that it needs to without any kind of blockage that is happening inside of the oil filter.